What's good, y'all? KeaToSuccess here. Back with another video. I'm just gonna get into it real quick. I ain't gonna make it too long. So just like the video for me. You already know what to do. So alright, as y'all saw, as you see in the title, I got suspended. I got suspended. Got forced to take a unwanted vacation. I ain't really want to, obviously. I got suspended for miscommunication. With a bunch of other things. But they pretty much put on miscommunication. And I figured I ain't gonna tell the story, but kind of mistakes. I'm gonna tell a little bit of the story, but not really too much of the story. But there's two mistakes I made and things I learned from it, the whole situation. I figured y'all should know and deserve, and just so y'all don't repeat any mistakes I do. So, like I said, if you find this information helpful, share it. So, mistake number one, I got suspended because, actually, let me wind back. I don't even think it was even my 100% my fault. I do take blame. I did mess up, but it totally wasn't all my fault. But nonetheless, so pretty much, long story short, I was in the DMV area. I was ahead on my route. I was on my second to last stop. I got my back call back to Wisconsin, and I was passing as I was going to go drop off my last stop. But so I thought about it. I have a freezer load. This is a cooler load. The place I'm picking up from is an hour and a half from there. But I thought about it. I'm like, all right, two birds, one stone. Be efficient. I'm gonna go pick this up after I leave the stop, and then go drop this off. Boom. All said and done, I'm good, and I'm ahead of the game. Instead of having to wait another day, wait 18 hours. So I did that. Picked it up, did my thing. They loaded it on the truck. Signed paperwork, got out of there. Head down to Virginia, Fredericksburg, Virginia from Maryland. So I get down to Maryland. It's about an hour and a half to get there. I get to Virginia, excuse me. It's about an hour and a half to get to Fredericksburg. And I'm delivered to McLean in Fredericksburg. So I get there, get in the door and everything. I think I was about like 20 minutes late, though. Traffic, as y'all know, on the 95. Yeah, I get in the door and everything is smooth. But I go inside to go, check in, obviously, or give the paperwork, not check in. And being courteous, I was like, yo, I got, 5 pounds in the way, just so y'all know. Is there a fee that I gotta pay to get them out the way? Because, some places do charge fees, but other places are cool. It was like, nah, we don't touch nobody's stuff. No ifs, ands, he didn't say that, but you don't touch nobody's stuff. So McLean, don't touch nobody's stuff. So I've been to McLean a couple times. I didn't notice, because I would have had the guys the stuff I just got put on there, I'd have had them move it out the way, to adjust accordingly. But nah, I didn't do that. I didn't know. Because my dad didn't tell me, because he knew what I was doing. He didn't tell me McLean was on that. They was on that stupid stuff. But it's all good. He apologized, but it's not his fault. But I'm just gonna poke fun at him for it. But yeah, so let me backtrack. Where was that? Yeah, so I get there. He's like, nah, policy is we don't touch nobody's stuff. No ifs, ands, buts about it. I even offered $200. Like, yo, can you help me out? Can you be smooth? With another brother. It's like, can you be smooth? Help me out. Still didn't want to do it. So I'm like, damn, I'm in a pickle. So that's not even the bad part. Bad part, pretty much, what ended up pretty much getting me suspended is the receiving dude was being an asshole, or was just on a vendetta to not accept me, because after I found out that they wouldn't touch stuff, I'm like, yo, can y'all give me 20-30 minutes and I'll move this stuff out the way. Like, I'm not trying to sit here. Just give me 20-30 minutes. I'll throw you some bread still, and give me 20, 30 minutes. I'm gonna move this stuff out the way, come back in the door, and get these couple 4 or 5 pallets off. Nope, he didn't want to do it because, like I said, I got there at like 6:15, 6:20, and by the time everything came to conclusion and whatever, it was too late. And that's not even the bad part. The bad part was, like I said, the guy had an attitude. He was mad, and he decided to go check my reefer. Mind you, I've been to McLean. I've never seen them come out and check the reefer. I've seen places do it, obviously doing what they're supposed to do, but a lot of these places don't. It's McLean. These big places, they don't come check the reefer normally. But dude come back, and I didn't know he went out to go check it. I didn't know he was a receiving guy, and so I'm still talking to reception dude. And he asked reception dude, "Can I see his paperwork?" Looked at my paperwork. He's like, "Oh, this stuff's bad. Reefer's at 34. Is at -10." I'm like, "Hold up, I just put that there. It just happened." And he's being an asshole. He's like, "Nah, you lying, blah blah blah." And he's like, "I'll go check the product." I was like, "Go check it." He went to go check, quote unquote, but he came back, didn't say nothing, and was just like, "You just gotta come back. You gotta reschedule." I'm like, "All right, cool, whatever." I gotta reschedule. Gave my paperwork, and we went about our ways. I was mad, of course, but it is what it is. Uh, Come to find out, they gonna lie. Not even lie, but to shift the blame, they put the blame on me and saying my reefer, like I didn't have the product. The product was bad because my reefer wasn't set correctly. No if and buts about it. And which, come on, the stuff's been frozen 34 degrees for an hour and a half is not going to change the temperature of the product. Nowhere near. It's not like I had to set at 60, 70, 80 degrees. Nah. So the product was fine. But like I said, to cover their ass, because like I said, dude was being an asshole. He didn't want to take me, didn't want to do nothing. He just shifted the blame onto me. It's his fault, blah, blah, blah. So obviously my mistake, big mistake, is don't touch the reefer. Or don't change the temperature of the reefer, nonetheless. You gotta be careful with that, because yeah, you can fuck up product and stuff like that. I'm not saying that, but in this circumstance, it wasn't gonna be messed up. Let's be real. And the other thing, none of this wouldn't even happened is if I didn't, not if I didn't, but if I loaded those couple 5 pallets that I was gonna take back to Wisconsin, if I loaded them correctly, so McLean could get their product. It wouldn't even been a question, wouldn't even a problem. But the part where the miscommunication is I didn't tell my dispatcher that they didn't accept me because of the product being bad and reefer not being set at the right temperature, which I didn't know. That's why they didn't receive me. He mentioned it, but he didn't put it on my paperwork, and he even told me to reschedule. So I didn't bat an eye to it. I didn't think to it. Gave my paperwork back and didn't write nothing on it. So I didn't think it was needed to say anything, really. At that point, it was spilled milk. Why cry over it? Why even say anything? There's no point. But like I said, they shifted the blame on me. So she's thinking everything's smooth, and then she get blindsided, like, your driver fucked up, basically. Da da da. This that. And then the customer of the product, they was mad because they felt like I was lying. And obviously, no one wants to have no one wants the product to get bad because of a driver, nonetheless, or anything. So it's gonna fall on the driver. So they was mad, nonetheless. The owner was upset. It was a big customer and upset the customer. So it's gonna come back to me, especially since it technically can come back to me. I didn't, do what I was supposed to do. To not have the blame shifted on me. I didn't cover my own. I didn't cover myself. I was expecting people to be cool. I was expecting McLean to not be like, "Nah, I'm not touching no stuff," or a guy to have a pissy day and come out and be like, "Yeah," basically like he was just basically on one, nonetheless. So whatever. I was took it as it is and went with it. Excuse me, I'm stuttering and stuff. But yeah, I just went with it and let it be what it is. Like I said, I did learn. Um, if I get some stuff at a place beforehand, if I want to, two birds, one stone it, I'll make sure I'm gonna set up the product up for the customer I'm actually supposed to be delivering to, so they can get their product off and not have no issues and whatnot. I'm not gonna leave it up to chance for them to move my stuff, be willing to move my stuff. I'd rather get that shit done myself, and because I basically ended up wasting myself a day because I couldn't even deliver it because they couldn't give me appointment time, so I had to take it back. So I waited there for no reason, did everything for no reason, worked ahead for no reason. So it was all nonsensical, bogus, sucky, but that's trucking, right? It's stuff you gotta deal with. But yeah, the number one thing is, cover yourself. If you're picking up stuff, move stuff out for the next customer, especially if it's in the way. So do them and yourself a favor, and just do that. Second thing, you got to be careful with the reefer temperature. If you know a place, not even know, just don't leave nothing up to chance, nothing to come back on you. Don't touch the reefer. If that reefer was supposed to be set at -10, I should have just left it at -10. The product I had in the truck wasn't gonna freeze because it was cooler stuff versus a freezer. It wasn't gonna freeze in that hour and a half that it took to get to McLean, and I'd have been straight. I should have did it that way, but I did it the other way. Um, but yeah, those are two things I learned, and this is something I wanted to share with y'all so y'all can learn too, especially for new guys. Like I said, I'm new. I'm 2.5 years in, but reefer's new. It's something different. It's not anything crazy, but just little nuances you don't learn about until you're out here and you make the mistake. And for some people, it could cost their job. For me, it only cost me a week of work, which sucks nonetheless. I lost money. I could possibly lose money because they could file a claim and it could come back on me and I got to pay for the product. So, end of the day, it's on me. As a driver, you got to cover yourself no matter what and don't leave nothing up to chance. So I'm just leave that with y'all. I ain't gonna make this video any longer. I'll talk to y'all later. Deuces.